What's good with y'all boys? We're back with another One Piece discussion video. You know what I'm saying? Now, the last chapter, as you all know, was a banger. We got some, I want to say crazy stuff, but if you keep up with One Piece and if you know what I'm saying, be reading the chapters and been messing with One Piece for a minute, I know you done probably heard this theory before. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? We'll get to that in a minute. But this chapter, we get some things confirmed out that's been going around in the community. And we get some other nice things like Gorosei and Sanji stuff this chapter too. So let's just get straight to the discussion video because we might be here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? Now let's just start with the obvious stuff. We're gonna go in order here and get right into it with the chapter. Mars starts off and he obviously thinks he's about to find the fucking source of the broadcast. But obviously we know this man gets duped and he comes across Vegapunk's giant ass brain. Now, we gotta talk about this because niggas talked about this, but I haven't really heard too many niggas say anything about it. Cause you know what I'm saying? It's other shit in this chapter at the end that is way more important to fucking talk about. But my nigga, we all speculate the Gorosei to be like immortal then, right? Like, or some sort of regenerative ability to where they just really almost can't die, damn near, right? But this nigga's looking at Vegapunk's brain and he's saying, nigga, what is death to something like this? And if he's immortal or somewhat immortal and he's looking at this like, nigga, there's no way you could ever really die by this. I guess Vegapunk really has done some crazy shit. Like, has this nigga low-key transcended death by doing this? Like, I don't fucking know. I want to get more explanation on this shit because it's like, Vegapunk talked about it, but now that it's actually like in the works and we seeing it, can we get a little bit more explanation on how this shit working and what the fuck going on? Like, could this brain get put into a fucking body? And can someone, you know what I'm saying, can he pilot a body with this brain? I don't fucking know. I don't think they will ever put this shit in a body though. First off, it's not gonna fit in majority of niggas' bodies. You know what the fuck I'm saying? My thing is, like, does this, like, how long ago did Vegapunk do this? That's my real question. I know we kind of have a little bit of a time frame with the flashbacks when his head was big to now when it's kind of smaller and shit and cut open, but I don't fucking know. I'm interested to see what the government go do now that they know that this is in here. Because they don't want to destroy the fucking lab, bro. And this is here. So I don't know. I feel like it's just going to really all come down to how much is Vegapunk going to yap off in his message. And it's going to force them to make a choice on blowing this bitch up or not at the end of the day. Or maybe something else even more desperate. But we're going to get to that in a second, right? We're cutting around the world, bro. We're getting all the reactions to everyone around the world. You know what I'm saying? We got Usopp's village in here. We got Crocus and Laboon and shit. We even got the Marines taking notes, writing that shit down. You know what I'm saying? We got Chopper. We got even Vegapunk's whole town. My nigga, now why the fuck is Vegapunk's whole hometown called Baltimore, my nigga? We got this nigga, we put Baltimore in One Piece, my nigga. We dead ass serious. I just felt like that was kind of funny when I was reading this shit. I thought the leaks I was reading was like boo-boo as fuck. I'm like, oh, okay, these niggas got Baltimore in here. These niggas crazy. I won't be reading the leaks no more. But I guess that shit was real. We even got Hachinosu Pirate Island niggas reacting to this. Well, they trying to react, but they're all fighting and shit, so we can't even really hear what the fuck they say. No way, right? But Mars gets duped. He believes this is a transporter still. He breaks it. He gets the fuck out of there. And now we got Vegapunk finally starting down with the message. And all the Gorosei are fucking shook. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. They don't know what the fuck Vegapunk knows. But then they figured out that York tells them that he wished to carry on the Ohara scholars, right? And I've heard a lot of people saying that Vegapunk is just gonna finish what Clover started, which is seeming like what it means to be true, right? But after we got over from the little Gorosei stuff, we got some little power scale. Not even power scale, but I know it's gonna be niggas in the One Piece community who power scale like fuck off of this shit, right? But we cut to Sanji, right? And he running across trying to get back to the ship, and he got Vegapunk on his back, right? And then he comes across Bonney's group, right? And like the Captain Save a whole ass nigga Sanji is, he tells Frankie to get the fuck out the way, because if anybody gonna save Bonney, it's gonna be him. Sanji, I don't know if you got the memo, buddy, but Bonney is 12. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he got the fucking memo on that. I don't know if he knows or not, but somebody gotta tell my man she is 12, okay? Somebody has to fucking let this nigga know. But anyway, Sanji come in like always, clutching up. I believe he blocks the sword, it looks like, and he kicks Venus, okay? So it looks like he got a little two for one special in on there. Looks like a little bit of blood came out of Venus's mouth too. Now, for my Sanji boys out there, you know what I'm saying? When y'all did the little shit against Kizaru, I told y'all niggas, I'm hyped for y'all, but don't let it last. Shit, I even think when it was getting set up for him to come across Saturn, niggas was like, yeah, bro, I hope it go good, but don't hold on to the feeling. With this, I kind of want to say the same thing about not holding on to the feeling, but I don't really know because instantly right after this panel, he goes like hybrid mode or whatever and bites the shit out of this nigga, and then he got to get saved by the Giants and Bonney. So I'm not really, too sure about this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this is the moment where they Oda just erase that shit right away, right then and there. You know what I mean? Because I honestly don't think because after this he's gone, right? Like after this, Bonnie's finna jump on him, right? And shout out to Bonney for the W, little distorted future giantess technique. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about her in a second too after I talk about this Sanji shit. But my question is, after this chapter, where will Sanji go? I don't think next chapter he's gonna keep having this exchange with Venus Juro. I don't believe so. If he does though, my nigga, I can't lie. Oda, if you give Sanji 2 back-to-back chapters of fighting Venus Juro, but I don't get shit with Zoro at all in them 2 chapters, Oda, I'm gonna be kind of pissed the fuck off. And this I feel like that's my first real time coming on here and saying some Zoro fanboy shit like that. Cause I try not to be biased towards the 2, cause I love the crew in general. You know what I'm saying? I ain't with the whole Zoro Sanji rivalry shit. I ain't one of them weird ass niggas. I like both. You know what I'm saying? But Zoro is my nigga. Now, how do I feel about this as a Zoro fan? Of course, I wanted my nigga Zoro to get this matchup. Of course, I wanted Zoro to get this same little clash with the sword or something like this, like how Sanji did. All right. But it's cool though, cause you wanna know why? For one, arc is not over. I ain't seen Zoro in 2 chapters. Oda's cooking, alright? 2, another reason I'm not worried is I just really refuse to believe Oda gonna have Zoro sideline basically the whole arc not doing shit. Fighting Lucci, which is in my opinion a filler ass fight. He just had him there in my opinion to stall so he couldn't come out here and help Luffy and Sanji. And then before that, who the fuck, he did a little Mihawk Seraphim class shit when they were all cutting away and we didn't see that shit overnight. What else? Nothing. I'm trying to think, bro. Nothing has really happened for Zoro this arc, so I figured a lot of niggas wanted him to get this moment against Venus. Don't get me wrong, he very well still could get the moment. It's just I feel like a lot of niggas wanted to see Zoro interact with this nigga first, but then it came to him and Sanji, you know what I'm saying? That's just really just what it was. When it comes to niggas wanting to see who can interact with this character first, it was Zoro. That's just mine, you know what I'm saying? That's just what niggas wanted. But I've been seeing some theories out there that maybe Zoro might go against Mars or clash with Mars. Now, I can't remember the reasons why. I think it was some bullshit like how on some certain cover stories, it was something with Sanji dealing with a horse, and on Zoro, on his shield, he had a bird on it or some bullshit. So I seen niggas going back to that stuff saying maybe Zoro clashes with Mars. I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't even be mad if Oda did a little Zoro and Mars clash or a little panel like this. Honestly, I wouldn't even be mad. I'll take that instead of this. If you're gonna give me that instead of this and that's your plan for Zoro, cool beans, I'm okay with it. Everything's good in the hood. Forget everything I just fucking said. Cause the main reason I wanted Sanji to fight Mars is because it's they both, Sanji can fucking skywalk and shit, Mars can fly. I figured I don't think we ever really got a Sanji air battle besides the Doflamingo shit, and that was for 2-3 minutes in the anime, maybe I don't know how many panels in the manga. I wasn't reading manga around that time. But yeah, it's not we got a real Sanji aerial fight. Only reason I just didn't really want to say Zoro versus Mars is because it's how the fuck is Zoro gonna fight that nigga in the air, you know what I'm saying? But maybe that could be Zoro's next step, figuring out how to take down aerial opponents or some shit. So, hey, Oda, if you finna cook with that, cook with it. If not. Sanji fans, y'all got this little slight dub with this. He bite the shit out of y'all next panel, though. Like I said, interested to see what Sanji does next week, too. Same thing with my boy Zoro. And then Bonney, right, with this distorted future technique. And then you got Omo and Kashi coming in and jumping these niggas. Now, I'm kind of interested about this because I remember I was talking about this a minute ago. Do y'all think any of the Giants is gonna die on this island, bro? I feel like since the Straw Hats are probably gonna take the metaphorical W in a sense of the message getting out. Because I'm gonna be honest, I think the message is gonna get out. Maybe the message doesn't finish, but a decent amount of info definitely gets out here, right? I really feel like for the Straw Hats to take somewhat of an L here, some of these Giants gotta get packed before we leave. You know what I'm saying? I know ain't none of the crew dying. I know Bonney probably ain't dying. You know what I'm saying? Of course Kuma could get packed. If Kuma and some Giants get packed and some of the other Vegapunks, that'll be enough of an L on the Straw Hat side for this shit to balance out, in my opinion. Let me know what y'all think, though. I just thought about that while making this video. I kind of want some of the Giants to get packed, too, though. Just so it could be a little bit more despair on our side. And this final arc, you know what I'm saying? Oh, to start killing some niggas off, unless you plan on making prequels or some shit, you know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't mind a One Piece prequel, but let me know, would y'all be mad at a One Piece prequel? Like, after all this shit over with? I don't know, that's kind of irrelevant right now, but I don't know why I just thought of that. But yeah, bro, Bonney, right? She sees the Giants attack and tackle the Gorosei, remember? And then it's like she just goes giant with distorted future. So my question is, can she just see something happen and then it's like, oh, okay, I saw it, so I can believe it now, and now I can just do it? Because at first I thought with Bonney's fruit, it was like, okay, like she's saying, give me a somewhat whatever future. She can make it to where her future is potentially something else. But I thought it was things that were more so like things that could have actually happened, right? Like, for example, when she was trying to copy Luffy or whatever, like, people thought she would copy Luffy, and it's because, like, Kuma believes in the Buccaneer Nika shit and all that shit, so Bonney could have maybe been Nika in some other potential timeline or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, bullshit like that. I thought it was something like that or whatever the fuck, but the way it's looking, my nigga, it look like if she wanna see something done, she gotta, one, believe in it, because if she doesn't have the belief of it, it won't work. That's why she wasn't able to do, like, the Nika-ish future thing, I think, right? Because after she saw Luffy, it was able to manifest in a better way. But now she just sees the giant go giant, and now it's like, give me a giant future. So this is my question. If a nigga, like, let's say she wanted to stretch her arms. What if she said, give me a stretchery future? Well, no, didn't she do that with the Nika-ish future shit already? I don't even remember. I gotta go back and look at that panel, because she might have already done it. But let me get away from the stretching shit, because that's kind of all in the same barrier. Like, what if, for example, ice power. Let's say if she's seen somebody like Aokiji or somebody with snow power or some whatever bullshit, right? Could she say, give me a icy future or some shit and do like an ice arm or something? Like, would she be able to do that? I want to say no, but I don't fucking know at this point. Maybe she might be able to. If her shit can mimic shit like that, we might have to talk about this fruit. You know what I'm saying? When One Piece gets to its well, I know we're on the final arc and final side. I'm talking about like when One Piece got like 100 to 50, 30 chapters left type shit, nigga. When shit like that start happening, bro, I want to do like a devil fruit tier list and actually rank every devil fruit that we like got a good info about, you know what I'm saying? I really want to do that. But let's get back to the discussion video, right? Then, bro, we're starting to see some reactions around with more people, right? We see Caesar, we see Big News Morgans, and then we even see Duval, right? Now, this is kind of interesting right here. And I didn't even pick up on this the first time I read the chapter because I read the leaks, and this panel wasn't even translated, but this had me thinking about something. Duval says, it can't be, and this is in response to Vegapunk saying that this broadcast is starting because he's dead, right? So Duval saying it can't be. The papers were just this morning saying that he was being held hostage by the Straw Hats, and now Vegapunk's message is saying he's dead. So my thing is, do y'all think there will be people around the world believing Luffy and the Straw Hats killed Vegapunk, bro? Because that definitely was the last thing published in the article, saying that Luffy is holding Vegapunk hostage, and now it's that he's dead. But right, I feel like and this could really spiral out of control and make the shit be kind of crazy. Cause I wonder, like, if they do mistake this to be Luffy, how would the world? We know the niggas that know Luffy ain't finna do it, because they gonna know he didn't do it. But how would regular civilians act? Like, if they go to a regular island trying to chill, is niggas gonna be on? Is the regular civilians gonna be on their ass, bro? Because they did this shit. And the regular civilians not even finna want to fuck with them no more, for real. You know what I'm saying? Is there gonna be some shit like that? Because if so, that'd be kind of nuts. I would kind of be interested to see how that would happen, but I kind of don't see it happening too much. Maybe a few people mistake it and have the thought in their head like how Duval did in that panel, but then after that, they're maybe not really giving it too much a thought. But I just don't see it happening, bro. And another thing is why I'm not too sure about that is because Vegapunk says, I want to make one thing clear. I pray you understand this. Please do not assume the one who strike me down are evil, regardless of who they seem to be. We don't have enough information about him to make this judgment, right? Now this is my thing. Obviously, when he says him, he's talking about Emu. So this confirms Vegapunk basically knows about fucking Emu, of course. So that means York might know about Emu, actually, now that I fucking think about it. I remember last week, I said I don't think York knows about Emu. But if Vegapunk does, all the chances could potentially go to York knowing about it too, because we know these all niggas share the same brain waves and lymph and shit like that, right? But, right, Vegapunk says, let's not assume them to be evil, because I don't know that much about him. Now, Vegapunk saying, let's not assume that they're evil. If people do assume it's Luffy, that could get them off Luffy's ass. But my thing is, why does he say this? Like, why does Vegapunk say this shit? I felt like this whole time throughout the story, it was like, okay, yeah, the Gorosei, the government are evil, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that nigga, it's a nigga sitting at the top of the throne controlling these 5 niggas. That nigga is definitely evil, and he's definitely doing all this on purpose. But it's like, either Vegapunk's just saying this shit just to sound pretty and sauce the message up, or he genuinely don't know if this nigga's good or evil or not. Cause he's right, he probably don't got too much information. He probably don't know that nigga's history or lore or anything to really judge him. But all he knows is what these niggas are doing is causing the sea levels to fucking do all this crazy shit. And I guess he doesn't want to label it as wrong because he don't know why they doing it. Now, do y'all think it could potentially end up being like the Gorosei and Emu could be on some Madara type timing, like to where he actually trying to make the world a better place, but it's just on some fucked up shit? In my opinion, I just don't see how them nuking islands and making the sea levels rise and sink and flood places is potentially making the world better. I don't see how, I don't know how we could potentially spin that to make it better. Of course you can give me like an Emu type story to where like, it was on some dopey shit to where he just has a fucked up childhood and he's like low-key manipulated and shit like that, and then he doesn't really know any better. Of course you could give me something like that, but I don't know. I just feel like Vegapunk saying these things right here really makes me think about it in a different way. I don't know. I'm really interested to know about Emu and how they even discovered all that this shit, how the shit's gonna flood, like, because obviously Emu and the Gorosei knew about this, it seems like. It was like, how long did they know about this? Did they try to prevent it at all? Did they try to prevent it and then they said, okay, fuck it, we can't stop it, we're just gonna keep making this shit go on and make sure no one finds out about it, right? Who knows, man? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Then we cut to Saturn and the other Straw Hats and Nami's group. They all lock the fuck in and try to protect Robin. And then Saturn actually says something about how he gets a flashback about how from Ohara. He says Akainu let Robin slip through his fingers. My nigga, if I was Akainu and I heard this shit, I'd be pissed the fuck off, my nigga, because what the fuck is you talking about, gang? I did everything in my power to make sure this bitch didn't escape. I even killed innocent civilians on my way there in the process, and I still failed. And you over here calling me a fool? Meanwhile, the nigga that actually let her escape is Al fucking Keiji. My nigga, I swear to God, I know the moment this message goes off, if Akainu don't instantly turn on these niggas, I'm gonna be kind of pissed for my nigga. I ain't gonna lie, bro. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Straw Hats lock in, protect Robin. You got all them coming in with like a combined attack. Usopp throwing his shit out. Chopper going like the little furry point to tank one of the little claws. I think Brook actually might be like slicing a tentacle off. And Nami's diving out the way to carry Robin out the way, you know what I'm saying? But we cut back to York and Mars. Now the Gorosei. York is over here stressing about trying to find the true source of the broadcast because she wants to become a celestial dragon. Mars is saying, hey guys, I think we should just blow all this shit up. Other Gorosei are saying, fuck no, bro. We need the equipment and the ships and everything, and we need all the stuff to make more mother flames. And then, of course, chapter ends off with Vegapunk saying the world's gonna sink into the fucking ocean, man. Man, I don't know, bro. Now, like I just said a little earlier, do y'all think, how much info y'all think we go get here? Because I know niggas was expecting voice entry info, but now it's like, we could be going in a whole different way. If Vegapunk finds a way to connect this to the government is obviously fucking cooked. You know what I'm saying? If he connects this to the government and he straight up says like the government's doing this or the Gorosei or Emu or something in that way, shape, or form, I'm expecting all hell to break loose. I want to see reactions from everybody. I want to see Akainu's reaction, Dragon's reaction. Who else? Blackbeard. Nigga, I want to see what the fuck Emu is doing. My nigga, Emu. if look at how shook the Gorosei look this chapter, bro. They over here all eyes big as shit, worried as fuck, right? Looking like some dumbass animals in the process when they make them faces too. But nigga, if they're this shook, imagine how furious that nigga Emu's sitting at the crib right now, bro. That nigga is probably throwing a prime 2K rage moment right now at home. You know what I'm saying? Because he definitely don't want this shit to finish at fucking all, bro. Like, I even want to see Garp's reaction to this, or even like Son Goku. Shit, I even want to see like where's Law at? Like we need to see a lot of more people's reaction to this shit. I don't really think niggas realize that it's a lot of people who gonna react a lot of different ways to this and want to act on it too. And let's get into another thing I've been hearing a lot of people talk about. I've been hearing a lot of people say since Vegapunk is announcing like all this stuff, right? And he's basically gonna out the government as the bad guys and expose the fuck out of them. Now, we still have to see if he's going to be able to basically tell these people that the government is doing this, that Emu is doing this, because right now he's only using words like him and they and shit like that. He's not being straight up with it. But I've been seeing people say, what if Vegapunk does just straight up expose the government, just straight up snitches on them, right? And this somewhat causes like a pirate alliance between like the world in a way, in some way, right? Not necessarily. I've seen people say straight like the pirates are just gonna say band together and say fuck this shit. Like Blackbeard wants the world, he can't take over the world if it's all sunk. Luffy wants to be Pirate King, he can't be Pirate King if the world's fucking sunk. Marine's gonna protect the world, they can't do that if the world's sunk. You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs the world to be intact because, you know what I'm saying, they got shit that they want to do. So I haven't seen people say maybe it's like a grand alliance between like the world and pirates in some way, shape, or form. I don't really know about that one. I don't really see niggas straight up saying, hey yo, let's come together so we could stop this, so we could still have the world. I don't see niggas straight up coming to these agreements, but I could see things like niggas just reacting on their own to this news and just what's the word, like I can see niggas making moves on their own and then it affects other people and helps them out unintentionally. You know what I'm saying? Like I could see Blackbeard trying to make a push for the government now to fuck them up, but that somehow helps Luffy on his path to fuck the government up too. You know what I'm saying? You know what, y'all, I hope y'all niggas know what I'm trying to say, you know what I'm saying? Cause it's kind of early, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to yap to y'all niggas real quick. But yeah, I don't really know. If it does happen though, like I said, it's gonna be something more so like unintentionally helping each other along the way on their own journeys type shit. I don't think nobody's really coming together to do anything. And then, bro, now, since we get this in this chapter, this makes me think about Enies lobbies even more. Like, what was at Enies lobby for niggas to need to sink it, bro? And, like, my thing is, whatever it was, they had to make that motherfucker a government island afterward. I'm convinced at this point, after this recent chapter, we gotta find out what's at the bottom of Enies fucking lobby sometime soon now. Because at first, it was more so like of a thing, like back when Lucia got nuked, it was like, oh, okay, that's probably what happened to Enies lobby. But now, since the world is sinking, it's like, why y'all nuke Enies lobby? What's sunken under there? Same thing with Wano. Another thing I heard that's interesting as fuck to point out, I heard somebody point out how all the ex-Roger pirates have literally low-key been hinting at the world flooding this entire time. Like, for one, Shanks has no Devil Fruit users on his crew. Now, we know Shanks didn't go to Laugh Tale, but that don't mean he don't know that this shit might not be going on. Shanks ain't got nobody on his crew that can't fucking swim. And he's always been like that for the entire year of the story, ever since he's been a fucking adult, you know what I'm saying? What's his name? What's that nigga's name? Crocus. He lives inside of a whale, bro. Right? Did he live inside a lagoon, or he had some little island preparing to live inside a lagoon or some shit like that? I don't fucking know. And then Rayleigh, bro, he coats ships so they can go underwater. You know what I'm saying? All these niggas have been like slowly hinting and doing things so the world can still progress and people can still do things even if the world is sunk. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of crazy. And like, I don't know why I randomly thought about this. Like, bro, do y'all niggas think the One Piece is somewhere underwater, my nigga? I don't know. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if it is. But at the same time, it's like, where? Like, if it was under Eni's lobby the entire time, I feel like I feel like a lot of niggas might not fuck with it, and I don't think it's gonna be there. But I don't know. I feel like we're definitely gonna have to go underwater at some point to discover something that's down to something like an ancient Wano and ancient I said ancient Wano, or maybe Eni's lobby. Like, can we go underwater somewhere and see what's the aftermath of this shit down there? And I swear, I know Oda's good for explaining it, and we might not just get it for a long time, but I promise you, if he don't like ever explain why they nuked Eni's lobby or what's under there or what was there previously, that might actually make me lose my mind. And the last thing I want to talk about before we get out of here on this discussion video, bro, is what do y'all think Imu will do once this message is done or it stops? Like I said, it could either Vegapunk finishes everything off, or he gets enough out to where then the government decides to say, fuck it, we're ending this broadcast ourselves. Whether that's it just randomly cuts off somehow, whether the Gorosei get a hold of something and they cut it off or nuke the island, or whether Imu just says fuck it and nukes the island himself. I don't know, because I feel like if he starts saying too much, it depends on what he really starts saying. Like, if next chapter start and he starts giving out names, if he dropped a Nefertari Lily name or some shit, or drop an Imu name or some shit, or maybe I doubt he does this. Or maybe if he even starts talking about these niggas' forms and their powers, oh my god, Imu's gonna say fuck it. I promise you, Imu's gonna say fuck it. If the message don't get cut off halfway through by the government, Imu's gonna say fuck it. And I swear he's gonna do a few. He's either gonna nuke the island. After this message, he's definitely sending Holy Knights out. Those niggas are definitely coming outside after this shit, because the world is gonna be out of control once this shit starts. So they're definitely coming outside. What's the like another option, bro? I don't really know. Like, I don't see Imu showing up here his damn self. Fuck no. I know he's gonna be mad as shit though. I swear to, and yeah, I don't know. Besides him mobilizing the Holy Knights or potentially nuking this bitch himself, I don't know what actions he really takes here. I'm not too sure. Maybe they try to spin it on the Straw Hats, and that's maybe why Vegapunk's talking so vague and how that could tie together. Maybe Imu tries to spin it on the Straw Hats. Maybe, I don't fucking know. I know for the most part though, whenever the Gorosei get back home, Imu whooping that ass for sure. He's not gonna be happy with y'all niggas, especially if y'all don't stop it halfway through or something. He's gonna tear y'all asses up when y'all get back to the fucking Holy Land, my nigga. But yeah, like I said, man, I'm really just interested to see about the reactions at this point. I want to see how everyone's gonna react to all this news dropping. I want Vegapunk to just keep on dropping the lore. My nigga, I don't know how in the middle of this whole video and I haven't ranted about this robot. Now I'm finna rant about this robot real quick, then we finna get the fuck out of here. Why in the absolute fuck have we not seen this robot move in 2 chapters? At this point, I'm convinced the robot ain't moving this because Luffy ain't in Gear 5 no more. At this point, that's what I'm convinced on. Because there's no way the chapter fucking ends on that fucking, 3-week fucking break with this fucking robot? And then we come back, don't see the nigga, no mention of him at all. Luffy ain't in Gear 5. Chapter end with the little Mars cliffhanger. We go another chapter, still no mention of the fucking robot. But Luffy ain't in Gear 5. So at this point, I'ma just assume that the robot shit, he ain't gonna move unless Luffy is in Gear 5 at this point. That's when I'm just telling myself to not get pissed. Cause I know this robot, we know we're gonna see this nigga again. And I promise to God, if this robot ain't doing something interesting, if his lore ain't interesting enough, I'm gonna kind of be like, oh, why the fuck didn't you get this nigga out the way back then? You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Still a goated ass chapter. Just something I slightly wanted to rant about, just cause, you know what I'm saying? It's just something that kind of pisses me off. You know what I'm saying? One Piece is a perfect ass story, but I'm pretty sure everybody got something about One Piece that kind of pisses them off sometimes. And this is just one of my things that I just wanted to rant about real quick. You know what I'm saying? Still love Oda, still love the story, still love how the arc's been going. Egghead, man. Egghead is goated, bro. I really feel like Egghead is gonna be like, Egghead's probably gonna be top 5, especially once it's animated. Like, I feel like once, cause I know a lot of niggas that just watch One Piece and don't read it. Like, don't read it at all, and they're already saying like, oh yeah, Egghead is like crazy, and I'm telling them like, yeah, bro, once Egghead is done, my nigga, this shit might be top 5. Cause it's so many niggas that don't know what's happening in the manga right now that will be still on Egghead. But yeah, I just kind of went off on a tangent right there. But love y'all boys, man. Like, comment, subscribe. This was like a little long yak fest. This probably might be like 30 minutes long or some shit. So if you sat through, bro, comment like 30 minutes or 27, 8 minutes in the comment section below or some shit. Let me know what other content y'all want from me, man. Let me know anything y'all want from me, any tips, anything I can do to make the videos better, bro. Any anime or manga y'all want me to discuss, any more One Piece topics y'all want me to discuss. I don't think we're on break. I don't know. I've heard people saying like it's some holiday in Japan next week, so I don't know if we're on break. I don't think we are. If we are, and I'll just find out about it. But if not, then hey, expect prediction videos and shit dropping soon, man. Love y'all boys, and I'm out, bro. Peace.